All right, welcome back to the R2Deepu show.
Yes.
A touch of
Yes.
the tizzy.
Yes.
Alrighty, I'm R2Deepu with my co-host the ID. What's going on, man? What were you going on about there, silly sir? What have you been
I was
going on
going
about?
on. Okay, so obviously where I live here in just north of Austin, we're a heavily Mexi, south of the border populated,
Mm-hmm.
and that's wonderful and all that. And everyone loves tacos, and there's just no end in sight to taco everything, right? But then,
Mm-hmm.
and I started thinking about it because
Recording in
like
progress.
like when you have Taco Tuesday, that's just the way it is. Like you go, there's a bunch of places you can get Taco Tuesday. But then I happen to bring up around some brown people. Why can't we do like a Taco Wednesday? Holy shit. Homie, you thought I just invaded the homeland with white peopleville. They looking at me like, look, ¿qué es eso? This puto nega. I'm like, apparently.
Yeah. So it sounds like the problem is like you're saying let's do Taco Tuesday. Every day's Taco Day for them.
Well, no, but I'm saying, why can't we have specials on, like, why can't we do, hey, it's Taco Thursday? And then what? Everyone's just going to go, no, we're not doing it. We're not going. It could be any day.
All right, fine. I mean, how did this even come up? Who are you fighting
I
about tacos
know.
about?
I know. The angst, the anguish, the pain. It's.
Well, you missed out on some good tacos, I bet. I mean, if they were that mad, dude, honestly, like living in New York City, I've never had good tacos, basically ever. Probably.
Yeah,
So
that's not sausage, egg, and cheese, like anything on a bagel, any kind of Italian. Like, yeah, tacos, though.
terrible Mexican food in New York City.
Oh, my God. Well, okay. There was.
We're learning a little bit, but you know.
I got fortunate. There was a place like right on 3rd and 28th.
Okay.
Just this little skinny, and they were pretty good, man. And then I found this other joint around the corner that did some decent nachos or whatever. But yeah,
Okay.
I got, if you grow up in Southern California, you get kind of ruined as far as like a certain kind of Mexican food. It's a certain kind of
Fresh corn tortilla.
like
Right?
the fresh vegetables, I guess, of like California mixed in with yeah, I don't know. It's like I'm not sure how to explain that because it's hard to once you get north past maybe like Santa Barbara, it doesn't exist.
Hmm.
And it doesn't exist like pretty much anywhere I've gone. Here and there you'll find a place, but yeah, but tacos.
I'm fairly taco educated. I've seen a lot of videos about California tacos. I imagine you're talking about, like basically the roadside stand. There's a big line. You go up to, station 1, you get the meats on your taco, and then you take over to the station 2. They put the fillings in there. Final station,
Yeah,
they close it up. Is that anything like you're talking about here?
sort of like that. I mean, that's
Okay. All right.
it was just it was kind of like there were more things I guess that were maybe fried. You had like rolled
Okay.
tacos, not flautas, and those are made out of corn. And then you had like tostadas and all these different things. And it was just, I don't know, it was just the way. In fact, there's a place in San Diego called Roberto's. And the Roberto's family, actually, it started in Las Vegas. The original ones out there, and then they moved out to the West Coast. And
Mm-hmm.
Roberto's took off, and then his brother, like they got in a fight. So then you had Alberto's. And there was Roberto's and Alberto's, and and some people stuck with like the Roberto camp, and then some
Mm-hmm.
people were like, "No, man, Alberto's is good." So, like either way, But
Are you talking about? Wait, hold on. Are you talking about the tacos that inspired the Taco Bell taco, like deep fried tortilla with like
no.
bright
Taco
yellow
Bell was
cheese? Okay,
no. I think Taco Bell was an invention by
some American cocksucker, right?
yeah, but no, I don't even think. I think he was like Hungarian or something, and he wanted to do something that was like a little more Americanized, so you could
Mhm.
it's like you can get a taco, and really it's just like how ethnic does it need to be? Really, it's just still a tortilla with you just stuff some stuff in it and then eat it. You know what I
Meat and
mean? So
cheese, for sure.
yeah, did you know? I guess Taco Bell failed in Mexico. Like they tried it there, and
Oh,
the
thank
Mexicans
God.
were like, "All right, you got to be," and they couldn't. Like they couldn't call it a like the actual. They couldn't call it a taco or a burrito or whatever it was down there. They had to come up with some other fancy version of it. I was like, all right.
That is some of the few pieces of proof that there is justice in the world. You know, Taco Bell not surviving in Mexico, Pizza Hut not making it in Italy. Thank God. Thank God.
Okay, I got something to segue to. Okay,
Sure, go.
I'm going to show you this. See if I can get it right. Okay, can you read this?
I see the word sex. That's about it. I see the word sex of the Middle Ages. Sex in the Middle Ages. What the fuck?
Okay, so look at it. Sex in the Middle Ages. And then look at the image they give you like it's some romance novel. Like that's how it was in the Middle fucking Ages, right?
Dude, that's how it was back then.
And then
People
okay, and then if you see more, it's part of the great courses on the Roku. I'm going sex in the Middle Ages. You know what that was? It was called venereal diseases. Like that's nasty. And it's not even look how romantic they're trying to make it. You know what? That dude fucking reeks.
This is fapping material for a certain demographic. This is nothing more than
No,
pure
but it's I mean
bean
it's like
flickery.
they're trying to it's like an like a the great courses. Like it's an educational thing. I want to watch this just to see like really what was it like in the Middle Ages other than extremely smelly because they didn't bathe but maybe once a month because they thought if they bathed it was like washing off all the good stuff. I'm like,
Maybe. I
you
mean,
smell the same as the cow out there. So how can that make sense?
the smells must have been strong. I do believe Napoleon told his chick once he was coming back home from battle, and he told Josephine like, "Hey, you better not wash. You better. I
Oh,
want that shit."
Napoleon, you nasty ass freaking
Yo,
man. Ew, can you just imagine the vagina of the Middle Ages?
yep,
Like
I know.
how are we alive today? How did these people keep fucking? I don't get it. Dude, that pussy smelled so bad.
Yeah.
What
Well, other things must have smelled worse. So maybe the pussy didn't smell so bad. Like you didn't have shampoo, so the Overton window of what smells horrible shifted so much. No, no,
they
no.
could have gone and got some hedge or something, some wintergreen bush or something.
Yeah. I mean, just teabag some lilac bushes, and you get
Hey,
freshen
there you
up.
go. Right, little lavender there in the taint.
I'm getting ready for a nice evening. No, oh no,
Sex in
dude.
the Middle Ages.
This is actually quite alarming. If let's say 7-day-old unwashed muff doesn't even tingle the nostrils, how bad must have everything else have smelled?
Well, okay, seven. Okay, you're talking 7 days today or 7 days back then.
Back then.
Oh, okay. Because I'm going to say, look, if a girl like 7 days, but a girl, all she's been doing is binge watching like Dawson's Creek online or something,
Yeah, that's a little
then
bit different.
it's not like she really did anything except maybe diddle herself a couple times when Joshua Jackson came on.
Ooh,
Good looking kid.
okay.
So
Yeah.
hers might be all right, but God, back then it just and then like just the it's a bush that rivals anything you're going to find in Australia.
Yep. Pretty wild.
Oh,
You gotta. I think that's some good homework for the show. You should check out this great course.
dude, I can already smell it, and it's not going to be good. Like literally, on trash day, I'll just go and stick my head in the trash can and be like, "Yeah, baby, spread those legs." Oh,
You'll be ready
maybe
for the
that's why.
worst.
Maybe that's why oral sex didn't come into like being a thing until what, like 1983.
That's a very good point. I think it took us cleaning up for oral to make the mainstream. But
I think that's when Pantene came out in '83. Because then they were like, "Hey, down here too, this is great," and we were like, "Oh, for the love of God, thank you. Forget the semiconductor. This is the best invention right here."
who needs Morse code? I love it. Well, let's not get too filthy. Let's try and keep things above the belt here.
Because
All
there
right.
are,
All
yes.
right. I mean, it's too late now. We've already lost all the moms and the PBS crew. But I think we'll get him back later on. So, I mean, we could talk about so many different things. We could talk about crazy markets. We could talk about, uh, I don't even know. I mean, I have a
Dish. Tell me, man. Give me some of your stuff.
give me some of your stuff. Oh my God, you're putting me on the spot here. I don't even know, dog. I just wanted to see you, buddy. I just wanted to see. Listen, I mean, we can go whole hog, but you see, here's the problem. For the majority of stuff that I want to show you,
Yeah.
I need to show you like some key things first before we get into
Oh, I see.
everything else. Like this is Pandora's box here. So, are you ready to crack open Pandora's box? Are we ready to do this or you want
Yeah,
to
I
talk
mean, I
about
can tell you about this.
bananas?
I can tell you about this microwave meal I got that was bullshit.
All right,
I've
let's
already
hear it.
told you that one. Did I
No,
tell you
but
about the microwave meal that I got that was bullshit?
no, please tell me about it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. This is freaking unreal. All right. So I get it and I bring it home
Mm-hmm.
and I turn it around to the back of it. And
Okay.
it's like the instructions. And I'm going, well, wow, there's kind of a lot because it just kind of kept going. It's like, okay, so first peel the plastic off a little bit, and then you put it in. And then it's like, if you have a 7,000 wattage microwave, then I'm just like, where's that in for me? I don't know. Like, okay, fine. So I put the thing, I put it, and then it says, it's like, okay, after 2 minutes, then you got to take it out, stir the macaroni and cheese around, and then flip over the sausage patties to make sure. And I'm just going, wait a minute, like this is a microwave meal.
Mm-hmm.
Like this defeats the whole purpose of it. This isn't Hungry Man. This is Desperate Man. Like, this is way too much work. Way too much. Like this is called cooking at this point. I'm like, dude, fuck this shit. You know what should sit on the back of the box? Okay. It's a put it in the microwave. If you don't know what to do after that, you're a dumb shit. Like, so
Dude,
now I don't even bother with these things anymore. I'm just like, dude, I'm getting a pizza. Fuck it.
more than two instructions, you're out. No,
Thank you.
I think these instructions were trying to give you like the pro move of how to heat up this dish in the microwave.
Oscillate the sausage patties. I'm
It
going
said that.
oscillate.
This sounds
Like
kind of
I'm
tasty
thinking
though.
oscillate. I'm going, okay, this must have been imported from maybe Europe or something where they have actual English. Because tell me that wouldn't stump every American that's like,
100%. Oscillate.
hey, what do I do with this again?
That's a
It's a
word I only
microwave meal.
use.
You just put it in. What are you talking about? It's like, well,
Yeah, I mean, if Americans see the word oscillate, they're gonna start like beating off with it or something. They're totally lost. So
it could actually mean that. We just don't know it. Oscillating is actually a form of masturbating where you turn the wrist around. Whoa, hold it there, tiger.
what was this dish?
You're
What was
like,
this mac?
yes, I know that move actually,
Dude, I've been oscillating for a long time. I I learned about oscillating very early on because I had to build a lot of those oscillating fans. That was
Yes.
my family member buys one of those. They always love to throw those little things at me, and it was great. Like learning basic assembly. I'm the king of that shit now. So I've made
And
many an oscillator.
immediately after those steps, you thought, how can I relate this to my penis? So,
Well, it's kind of like I'm doing the dick slang back and forth.
what's fun is when you can just hang the towel on it. Like you're doing your hair like I used to do 1,000 years ago, and you're like, oh, I got a place for the towel right here. That's great.
I'll be honest, I've
I was gonna go to
never.
Home Depot. I don't need to.
And it's heated.
Hey, right?
Right, right, right. Okay. Let me go down my little listy poo here. I could have talked about so many different things, so many different things. I mean, I don't want to get political. Do I? You know what? You know what? Let's just dive into
Hey,
it.
do you think I got a question for you? Do you think
Sure.
that they're going to do you think they're going to get rid of commercials of prescription drugs?
Commercials of prescription. They fucking should.
Yeah, it's because it's just us in New Zealand that do them in the that actually have those in the world. Isn't that wonderful? Just like the standard versus the metric system, it's us and Yemen that are still holding out for the standard thing. Who knew?
uh,
Yemen and us, just like this, the Yemeni and us.
wait, Yemen has commercials for big pharma? Is that what you just
Yeah,
said?
well, no, no, no. For big pharma, it's us and New Zealand. But I was
Ah,
also relating it to like because it's the only two countries in the world that will do big pharma advertising. So
yeah.
then I related it to us and Yemen being still on the standard system versus everyone else in the world that uses metric.
Wait,
Maybe not the best.
Yemen uses inches and feet?
They're the only ones. It's us and them holding tight together forever.
That's pretty wild. I mean,
You know
I
what's
thought
even funnier is that so many places and things now in America are just using meters and kilometers and stuff like that. Just like people are just starting to not care. And there's or Celsius. Like the other day, it's like 23 degrees Celsius. I'm like,
that
what?
that would be the new democratic purity test. Like I'm using the metric system now. Like you can't only,
Oh, right.
if you use feet and inches, you must be a Trumper.
They, them, metric.
God. They totally would. They're so cooked.
Right? There's going to be another selector that they're like, okay, which one do you use? And you're like, this one I get. I had a job thing where I sent the application and it sent me like an extra 6 questions to answer. And the last one was, do you use tobacco related vape products? And I'm going, who cares? Like, why would you want to know that?
Well,
That was weird.
that's a huge thing for an employee. Like, are you gonna take sig breaks every hour? You know how many
Oh, you
sig
use
breaks
the
that is?
cigarette break thing? Oh, well.
That could totally. I mean, it should almost be illegal to ask that question because if you're gonna discriminate based on that, now you're probably fishing for a lawsuit, right? So,
Well, what it was like, well, no, it was a weed vape. Oh, that's fine. It's fine.
okay, yeah, I definitely want to talk about that. Shit, but I want to
What's
come
going
back
on
to
with
it.
this markets thing here?
Okay, so I gotta just have this screen shared, just so that I have things ready to go. But
Yeah.
we're not focusing on the markets right now. We're not
Okay.
doing stocks like that. But uh, really quick, you were talking about big pharma commercials,
Yeah.
dude. On CNN when I was growing up, I was I grew up in New York City. We're a CNN family. We thought it was normal to watch CNN. We didn't know how crazy they were eventually, but I'm telling you, man, every commercial break from like 2001 to like 2006, every commercial break was big pharma. And it wasn't just like, get this medication to help with your heart. It was like, do you want to nail your wife better? Do you not want to pin her against the wall like Fabio? Do you not want to tag team her? Like it was so ridiculous how how sexual these commercials are, and this like nice Indian family is just trying to sit through it, like waiting for the news to come back on. Like it was so disgusting. It was so disgusting, all of it. And I mean, they lost my goodwill just from that alone, because like there's no class in nonstop Viagra commercials, but it goes to show how much money they made from big pharma early on. Why? What do you think of that? Do you not? Would that bother you if you're watching CNN with your kids and Viagra comes on? What do you think?
No, I mean, like I've seen those, but the ones that I get more are the ones for like psoriasis or like skin stuff or like something to help with AIDS
I'm not talking about
or
targeted ads, you chooch. I'm talking about old commercial, like scheduled
oh, you mean the
commercials
old
back in the
school one
day.
like the Cialis commercials and stuff? Nah.
Ask your doctor about Cialis. And then my dad's the most like reserved, repressed person ever. He's like sweating bullets while this commercial's happening. I'm nervous for him. We're just a nice
Oh,
Asian family having a nightmare while this
oh,
Viagra commercial
I
plays,
thought you were gonna tell me he's like sitting there like memorizing the phone number to call later to get it, like 1-800, what was it again?
You're such an asshole. Oh my god. No, listen. I mean, that I guess that's how normal people react to it. But believe it or not, there are nice families out there that are not like, it's not all about nailing your wife like a porn star. I don't know what to say.
God, it wasn't those, man. It was the ones where there was some sort of sexual thing. You'd be watching a movie with your folks
Hmm.
when you were a kid, and then some sexual thing would come on, and
Oh my God, the worst.
you're like, oh, where do I look? Like where? And then depending on how like flood, like if you got some titty, then it got really like weird. I'm like, I should be in my bedroom, like
Dude,
watching this on my
I
own.
can tell you exactly every boob I saw in every movie. I mean, the first one was a unforgettable moment for me. It was Coming to America, The Royal Bathers. I saw it that movie. You remember the movie Coming to America with Eddie Murphy?
Yeah, but wait, I'm trying to think. I'm
Having
sure I know that
sex,
scene.
having sex with your royal bathers. It was
Oh yes, and they had the Nubian women there with their little
exactly,
yes.
exactly. And they had a full straight up top boob on top of the water.
They
Very
always
hot.
I always want to know, like, so how do they do the nipples in these movies? Do they just have they're like, okay, look, put the AC at about 65. It's gonna be way too cold in here. Yeah, that's fucking right.
it's always
65, okay?
it's always
Like
cold in
every
the movie
movie you see,
studio.
they always gotta have hard nipples, and then when they make them like these abnormal, ginormous nipples, and you're just like, whoa,
Hmm. Yeah, the big ones always shock me.
especially your dick.
Yeah, I'm definitely putting some tape on my nipples next time I hit the
Are you
stage.
nipple centric? Are nipples a thing for you?
Very nipple centric. It's all about
Hey,
the
all
nip.
right.
There
Good.
you go. I'm a big nip guy.
All right.
What was I gonna say? So yeah, I'm glad I got that off my chest. That bothered me. Many years of sitting through Viagra commercials. Oh, and the nip thing. Yeah. Okay, fine.
Hey, it's hard to
Speaking
get a good
of,
pun, you
it
know?
is.
Hard to
It
get a
is.
good pun.
It's so funny. I walk into puns all the time, and I don't even see them. I have like a, it's like I have a gift. I'm like I'm like a
You
savant.
are a gift. You
Yeah,
should have just
basically.
left it at that. That was perfect, right? And besides, you know what? Like these days, you run into anyone like your age or younger, and you're like, "Hey, that was a good pun," and they just go,
Huh?
"A
Huh?
what?" It's like, oh,
What?
Jesus,
Yeah, they don't
man.
get the pun. They don't know what a pun is. Forget it.
Right?
It's over. They're cooked. So, you gave me an idea for something we could just explore really quick here. Um, there's a video of Mike Rowe, who's like the tough jobs guy. Mike
Yeah.
Rowe talking to Nicholas Eberstadt, who, do you know who that is? Nick Eberstadt? He is, there's
Maybe
no
if I
way.
saw him. Is it that guy right there?
No, that's somebody else. Somebody else. That's
God, I thought that was Alan Ruck from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. All right.
well, I'm not gonna play it yet, but so
Almost half of
there's a
these guys
chance you
said
don't recognize the guy on this guy here. But basically, he is a social scientist, and he has been sounding the alarm bells about men in the workplace and like how men are just kind of giving up, and the labor force participation is like dropping off a cliff. And he's always talking about how men are spending a lot of time on screens every week, like 60, 80 hours on screens, cell phones, TVs, whatever, and how we cannot show up to work on time, not stoned. That's always like his big thing.
Wow, really? Like that's
Yeah.
what men do now?
Yeah. I mean, a large part of them, yeah. Democrats, kids, guys stuck in their basements, guys stuck in the mom's basement, no way out,
Okay. I want to
right?
delve into this, but I want to throw one little tiny comment out there. What
Sure.
makes this sad about men in this is that guys like me that show up on time want to have a good job and work my ass off. They don't want us. So,
That's
like,
also true.
I think that's why,
Mm-hmm.
like, men are just like, dude, we could go on to this, like, in so many different ways. Like, in so many ways, have men just been seemingly devalued? We could go off on, we should do a separate one just on how like in the course of my life, how women's rhetoric has gotten stronger and stronger and stronger against men and against like masculinity and all this. And the one thing that always bugs me about like people that are conservative or women that are conservative, I'm not going to branch off too far though, is that like I rarely hear anyone speak up on the other end of this. You know, there's two groups I never hear from. I never hear from women that stand up and go, hey, you know what? I'd like to have a strong man in the house so I don't have to do every damn thing. And then the second thing I've never heard are gay people saying, hey, this LGBTQ bullshit, we're not into that, man. We were just fine being gay. We're not into this weird ass bullshit. Like, you know, like those are the two groups I'd love to hear from. So
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of guys out there that just have no way in. Like, okay, what's expected of them is ridiculous. The ridiculous credentialism. They're competing with H-1B visas. They're competing with immigrant labor for minimum wage, which doesn't get you anything. Like, you can't even like move out anymore unless you get like 10 people in an apartment. So, I mean, a lot of people will just do the bare minimum, like pizza rolls, mom's basement, Xbox. You're done. And then you kind of spiral into YouTube wormholes or whatever. So, and
man, that's
is
got to
that
be
wrong?
worse. That's got to be worst case scenario though. And I definitely think that there's a group of people. I mean, if it's happening that young, like my challenge has been like,
You're a little bit more seasoned, so we don't want
right,
to get you mixed up with.
season.
No,
Yes, I
you
am a
are. No,
little
you've
seasoned,
experienced quite a
actually.
bit. You've experienced a
Yeah.
lot. You've
A
done a
little
lot of different things.
seasoning. I was a little seasoning right here before the show, just right here though.
Yeah, you got a little
No,
blackened
no,
ranch on your neck. I know, I see it.
but if it's you know the drag of it is that like increasing your position obviously in the workplace or whatever is that what allows you to increase your position in everything else. So if you're not making any money, it doesn't mean you're eating like necessarily the best foods. It doesn't mean that you're not having the best. Like for me, like I'm priced out of every concert in fucking Austin. I don't, dude. Live music was my thing. I've gone to one concert since I've been here in the live music capital of America. One,
Wow.
because
Well,
I'm priced out of every, like, I can't, I'm like, dude, I'm not going to drop all that just to go. I mean, I love these guys. So, I mean, I'll go to a small venue, you know, I'll
hmm
go down to like the Continental or something like that. But any kind of major thing, Circuit of the Americas, like any kind of major festival, whatever, forget it. So it's like it decreases. But the thing is, like, I don't know if it's, I still feel like you can go out there, work your way up. Like I still feel like that model hasn't changed because at the end of the day, you know, I learned this working at Amazon, which is that at the end of the day, they're going to hire, they still need people that are going to come in and get it done. There's only so much fluff they can hire. They have to, like, we used to sit there and go, you know what, like 30% of the people in this building do the work.
hmm
And then you got another, you know, 30% work hard. And then you got another 30% that just do enough. And then you have the rest, the 40% don't do a fucking thing.
Yeah, but like, what do you think about these robots here? Like, I hope this doesn't offend you, but like, couldn't they like be automating Amazon a
No,
fair
this
bit
is
here?
actually like what they had at
You already
no,
saw
this
this?
isn't this doesn't no. This was Amazon had something like this
Okay.
where they had a section uh that was just robotic things moving around. No, I don't I don't worry about stuff like that, you know, because I try not to have myself in a position where robots are going to take over what I do. And I think as long as there's a service industry that I think we'll be able to retain a lot of human beings. There's no robots going to be able to clean a room. There's no and the thing is I think you're going to have okay, there's a hotel here called Kalahari. It's a really cool place out there and it's African themed and all this, right? So,
Okay.
they have a bank of front desk check-in spots. Okay.
All right.
Then they have like 4 or 5 self check-in machines.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have 4 or 5 self check-in machines over here. And then over here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 front desk stations. And every time that I've been there,
Mm-hmm.
there's been no one at the self check-in that I've ever seen. And there's a line for one front desk agent. And there's a line of people because they don't want to go and deal with the freaking machine. So I mean, look at what's going away. Maybe not necessarily because of technology, but it's still going away. They're getting rid of self-checkout at a lot of places. I mean, yeah, maybe it's due to theft, but I don't hear a lot of people bitching saying, "Hey, like I think we maybe rebound on ourselves and kind of go, robots for some things certainly, but
You're
you
seeing
know,
a downtrend in self-checkout in places?
in New York City they're getting rid of it.
No, I've seen just more security measures, just like more cameras, or maybe I'm in a
Yeah,
quieter
no,
area. So
they're
okay,
getting rid of that. Yeah.
fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, well, there's your case against.
Or I mean, at least they're downsizing it in some,
Yeah,
so
what freaked me out was seeing robotic waitresses or waiters in restaurants.
yeah, but are those places where it's like you got to choose to go there? Like I'd still rather have a human being. I might go one time
I mean,
just
I
to
would hate
see.
this. I would never go just out of protest for this. But
So, okay, Fort Worth, McDonald's, no humans.
yeah, this is the non-human one.
There are no employees at the counter. Wait, there's someone in the back though.
With no human employees.
You order ahead of time using the app, and then just like scan a code.
They don't show the kitchen part.
Honestly, I mean,
I mean, they're pretty much there. They could be. It's a little. Sometimes the burger patty's a little offset from the bun, but it's pretty much there, buddy. So
you know what, man?
it's not gonna.
There's a McDonald's that I go to every once in a while because I just have ever since they switched their quarter pounders to fresh meat. I'm like, okay, this is all right.
Okay, cool.
But the thing is, they have so many people working in that McDonald's. Every time I look in there, and I mean, let's be honest, I don't think that they're either. I don't think any of these people are born in America
Hmm. Okay.
because their Spanish is way too good. If you're born here and you speak English first, and you live the American life, you don't speak Spanish like that.
You also don't
So
work at McDonald's either. I'm pretty sure. You'd rather
yeah,
just
right.
stay home,
When I
right?
look in there, and they're super nice and all that, and you always have those fantasies like drive-through girl. I'd marry that girl right now.
I
No,
I know what you're talking about. We're both such
right?
suckers for that. Like all we
No,
want
that's
is a
because
nice.
that's what we'll do. Men were like, you know what? She's so beautiful right now. As long as she has had like half a brain in her head and she's cool, I'd marry her. Whereas like no women goes through a freaking drive-through, sees a guy in there and is like, oh yeah, I'd marry that guy. Nah.
Oh my god, it's
I
so
mean, I
funny.
get it. I get it too. How many times you went through a drive-through, saw a guy there and went, damn, homie, what are you doing in here? Like shit. Like you either need to be coming out of jail and get photographed or be working as one of those shirtless guys at Abercrombie if it's still open. Is that place still open?
I think they are. Yeah.
The one on Fifth and God, what is it like 53rd?
I don't know about that one, but I mean, the local mall has Abercrombie's, so and they're
Oh,
still
there
very
are these
pretentious.
boy
They've had this
toys out
attitude that
there.
that's so funny.
God, people
Um,
would wait in line and they would just I remember I was working at Peninsula, and so every once in a while,
mhm.
some Richie Rich that was staying there would send us with an order to Abercrombie to get certain things. And because we were Peninsula, we could just walk in. And one of the little shirtless boys would come over and I'd be like, here's my list, make it happen. Bam, I'm out of there, right? It was great. So, but normally I wouldn't go, you send a page to do that. But there was one day they were busy and I'm like, I want to go see some shirtless boy whores. And everyone's like, bro, I totally get it. I'd go if I could. So hop down there. And there was this one kid, and I remember looking at him for a while, and I'm thinking, like, all he did was just stand at the door. And he would be like this. And then he kind of turn and kind of lean forward and kind of put his hand, rest his hand very seductively, rest his elbow a little on his hip, kind of gaze off to the distance as if perhaps contemplating a dream. And I'm going, what? Like,
I've never seen that, but that sounds hilarious.
You clock in, and then, like, do you read a sheet that says, okay, today, here's what you're going to do at the front door? We want kind of like a mysterious, but yet kind of a dark past kind of ethos out there. When you, like, in your torso, which shows the molestation perhaps that happened at a young age, but how you moved forward, like, and the kid's just like, I'm such an actor, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, his motive is he hangs out in the woods, but he knows when to come home. He knows when to
Hey, no one had to tell you that. Look at you. Look at you, you cutie pie. You wanted to work there, didn't you? Don't lie.
I did. That was part of the dream.
Tell me.
Can you tell? It was part of the dream.
But not having to do any of the, like, ab workouts. Like, you just go as is, and you're as sexual as a motherfucker. You're like, yes, this is reality, bitch. Come and get it. Let's go.
Apparently, there was a huge scandal with Abercrombie where the CEO was, like, molesting all the boys. Did you know that?
No, you don't say. No.
Yeah.
You don't have to go for the cheap jokes, homie. Okay. Really? Isn't that a little too on the nose? Like, the CEO of Abercrombie gets in trouble for, like, playing with the boy merchandise? Is that true?
Former Abercrombie & Fitch CEO Mike Jeffries pleads not guilty to sex trafficking charges. You thought I was kidding. You think all those cute boys were just cute for a couple of years? No.
These guys are surprised that he pled not guilty. Come on, guy. Like, you should have pleaded. You should have made a deal, bro. Like, really? Not guilty? Like, you're done at this point, man. You just need to not go to jail. They send you to some nice little.
Well, honestly, like, if the victims are boys, you can get away with it. So maybe.
But so when they say trafficking, what's the smallest, most minor thing you can do with a young boy that would be considered trafficking? Like, if you just took him from your house like a mile away down to like another person's house, like dropped him off, is that trafficking?
Opening the door for them is trafficking.
Is it really?
No.
What if they got in on their own?
With my luck, it would be. Yeah.
I'm not saying I want to know. I'm just curious. But I'm not really curious, but just kind of curious, but not creepy curious.
I do want to know because I want to toe right up to the line. If trafficking starts at 20 feet, I'm going to go right up to 19 and a half and go right there.
Tape measure and shit. Like, I got another inch, motherfucker. No. So
close, yet so far. So close to jail.
Man, so wait, whatever happened to this guy? Does it say like what the
pleads guilty?
Like if he went to jail or
I mean I see a Department of Justice page here. 2024 16-count indictment was unsealed today. I'm not really good at looking up these cases like this. I think the case is still going on, if I had to guess.
Yeah, all right, let's jump back to this robot shit.
Well, no, there's the robots, and then, another thing was, so I was going back to this guy. He's saying, he's saying the guys are, that's not, showing up to work sober on time and all that stuff. We're lazy. We're unprepared for it. A lot of it I agree with. But the problem I had is, what's wrong with showing up to work a little baked a little bit? I don't see the big deal. I can manage it just fine. As long as I'm not operating heavy machinery, I get my morning buzz, I roll in, and I'm just coasting.
But see, that right there, and that's why you're a good man. But here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get a guy that's like
abusing it,
No. You'll get a guy that's like, I'm gonna go to work, a little baked. But he's the forklift driver in like
Yeah.
a major warehouse where it's all like you've seen those videos where the forklift guy like fucks up and bottles of water just cascade for like 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
That's the guy. See, if you're a stockbroker or you're like you're going to a deli to make sandwiches or if it, you know what I mean? Like there's certain jobs where that's fine, but then there's other jobs. Maybe the job where you handle the nuclear football before you give it to the president, maybe that guy doesn't need to be high.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. But you're not going to find it. There's not enough sober forklift drivers in the country.
Right.
We got to just get.
They're like, no, we're drunk, homie. We're not high. We don't make those mistakes. Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I think
There were
if you
days,
just.
God, man. There were
Oh,
days, geez, I wanted to get. There was one hotel I worked at. Oh man,
where you
that
wanted
would
to
have
do
made
what?
that would
Get
have made
big.
it more fun. Yeah, no, I've
Oh.
just never been a guy that like. I don't know, especially with the jobs that I've had, it's been a very like, hey, I'm the guy that's visible.
Mm.
So, I mean, as soon as I step off, no problem. But yeah, if I'm going in, so I just drink like 5 cups of coffee. Better that way, isn't it? Yes. Hi, you checking in? It's 8 in the morning. What the fuck you doing here so early?
I think the new bar for young guys now is like, hey, I want to be able to show up a little bit late, baked, and I want to have my phone on me the whole time. I want to be able to play games. I'm checking my fantasy football team. Like, I'm mainly here for myself. Like, so
Muffin in hand.
yeah, I
You know,
need I
like,
need
hey, I know
coffee.
I'm supposed to be typing right now, but I got my muffin and my coffee. So
I just got here. Let me settle down. Let me get nestled in. That's when you need like the Glengarry Glen Ross scene, someone bursting in saying,
no.
"Put that coffee down." America needs that right now. So that's kind of why I think the
Oh my
tariff thing is not
God.
so bad, but
I don't know how it's gonna,
it's crazy.
okay. Here's
Nobody
the thing.
knows.
Here's the thing. Like, okay, before, well, okay, wait, let me rephrase this.
Hmm.
A certain group of us,
Uh-oh, who are you talking
of
about?
Americans,
Okay.
became so committed to their weird, whatever thing,
Yep.
so that we won't, like these previous days, it used to be like when you voted for a president, like it was only one or two things between the two guys. There weren't these chasms of things. It was usually the
Hmm.
same thing. It was usually like abortion and taxes, just kind of the same thing. And in the like the more off center the person got, the more likely they didn't win. I remember just going like, you know what, both of these guys they've got good points. I'm not, but
Sure.
then Trump showed up for that first thing. And that was the separation where it showed us this entire group of people and like what they actually like the truth of what they represented, not what they purported to represent. Like they're the biggest posers in the world. It's unreal. Like we purport to be all these things, but then in actuality we aren't. Those are just political like spots that we occupy. They occupy these, we
Hmm.
occupy, and we purport to occupy these. See, and that's been the reason why they've always been pissed off at everyone else, is that they purported to be about these things. But these
Hmm.
other people, bad or good, were about those. So they're about fucking God and Jesus and religion. That ain't no bullshit. They're not purporting to be bad or good, they are. And then when it comes to like pro-life versus pro-choice and like whether you should do all that shit, like yes, like they're gonna believe in that. They're not just saying oh yeah and then when the tide, whenever. So I think that's been like, that was something that was opened up and everyone just kind of went, whoa man, like what? And then we just see all of it just keeps falling. Like the people of education, and it just it just keep, and you're just like, wow, like all of their things are eroding right in front of all of us to watch. All the bullshit,
Hmm.
dude, it's unreal, man. You know, I'm
Well,
not worried about these markets and whatever, man. It's like this thing that we're doing to be able to reset and get us to like to the place that we were supposed to be. Like people got used to us being at like this $1 trillion deficit and not give a shit. And it's like, don't you all, you like, you know what? You're all are the first ones to bitch about there's just way too many taxes. But then the moment they try to do something about it, actually, now you don't, oh, whoa, hey. It's like, come on, man.
yeah, I mean it's I'm for it. I'm standing behind what's going on right now, but there is some corruption too. Like it's not perfect. Um, there was like these, the surprise announcements, and there was some evidence of insider trading on that big spike yesterday. So uh, I'm trying to find my justification. Like, oh, am I off the Trump train because I see corruption here, or do I just try and manufacture a shirt that says Nancy did it too, and just try and sell those? I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen anything about like whatever kind of corruption or whatever you're talking about as far as markets and things. I don't know.
Okay, so
I
hold on. I'll
mean,
give you the spark notes of what happened yesterday.
all right.
So there was a big crash happening day before yesterday, and then crash starts happening yesterday in the morning, and then Trump announces the tariffs are paused for all countries except for China for 90 days, right? So
Right, because so many countries wanted to get into it, and it's like, shit, man, we got to figure it out. There's 177 countries out there.
no, it's a huge win that countries called him back. I mean, imagine if nobody called back.
Of course they would have, though. Of course they would. Like, see, and that was the thing. That was never gonna happen. Economically, there's no. And here's the thing. Like, this is something that's already happening on the planet, zero tariffs. So what he did was said, look, we're gonna go back to how it used to be. We're gonna drop it down to zero. Okay. You
Yep.
drop yours to zero, and then that's where we start. And then we'll start to work our way up and do something that's reasonable for each. You want to come over here and maybe build something right? Then America's like, great. Then you know what? Then we'll do for you. So I have to believe that like this is going to be like a better system. But here's the thing: with all the people that are connected, that are in the know, that understand what all these things do. Yes, of course, you're going to have somebody. You're going to have plenty of people that are like, oh, okay, that's what he's going to do tomorrow. I mean, I wish I would have got that email. That'd be nice. I don't have a lot of money right now, but I mean, I could have tossed a couple of bucks into something. Like maybe that's the problem. Is there needs to be an email like, okay, look, hit 15% of the population with this email, all right? And then next time we do something, we'll just hit the next 15 and we'll be like, hey, check it out, all right? Just do what you can. Or even better, it'd be better if Trump says, check it out. Everyone that's on Social Security, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take your next check and we're going to take that money and we're actually going to invest it in this thing because this is what's going to happen with it.
Yeah,
I don't
man. I
know.
don't know. Slippery slope. Slippery slope. It's
So
hard
what
to
is
say.
so what is this market graph telling us here at the end?
No, dude, this is what I have on screen just to make us look smart. I have no idea what it says.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like wondering where it took a nosedive way over here.
Well, it did. Okay, so yeah, this is the chart from today.
Uh,
Basically, you started at 50. This is S&P 500. We started at 5,300 at the morning, and then
53.
by noon it was 51.
Okay. I
So
mean, that's not well, depending on your honestly, I'm looking at that. That's not the worst day. It can't be.
no, no, it's definitely not. Yesterday, or this is the crash that happened a couple days ago. So you got the tariff announcement, big crash down here, a little bit worse yesterday, but then midday the announcement came, and then it got pumped, and then there's a little bit of a crash today. So we've already lost some of the progress from yesterday's crash or spike.
Yeah, man. You know what? I'm not worried about it.
Me neither, dude. No, I
I think
mean,
it's going to be fine. And the reason why is because you have a guy like what's happening here is something very unprecedented. You have a guy that's putting his name, his face, like his ass on the line for an entire country worth of people's scrutiny, along with all these people, Vance, Tulsi, like all these people. And so, you know what? Like, hey, if they're gonna fuck it up, you know what? At least they're gonna fuck it up standing on a stage right in front of you, look at you in the face. Hey, it didn't go the way we expected, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's not.
Here,
At
here.
least we know here, and we don't know it all. But you want to tell me you know what the hell was going on the last 4 years with this old codger up there that didn't even know what the fuck was going on? Like, dude, nobody. Like, I love this because they're actually like, the government's never gone after government, and is he going to go after all of it? No, but he's going to go after all the bullshit or about as much as he can. And it'd be really nice. Like, I know at some point Trump will do something. He's already doing things for us, but he'll do something tangible. He'll be like, hey, he'll like, there's talk about them like abolishing like federal income tax and stuff. And I'm going, can you imagine if this government figured out a way to just not need that money and just spend smartly on things and not charge a bunch of jerk off money for a fucking stapler? But could you imagine not having to pay federal and like it just that? Just if he did just that, I mean, seal our borders and get those jerk offs out of here, fine, that's good too. Let's do that. But I mean, like, God, if he did that,
Yeah, that would be quite monumental.
I mean, like, and there's already things that are happening. So I just go, like, let's
Let's ride
just
it
as
out.
long as, yeah, I want to see what's going to happen. I mean, this is way better than any kind of other stuff that
Dude,
I think
it's
got.
it's amazing how much the other side forgets how crazy things were in the last
Yeah.
administration. And if you really look carefully, like the past, like, 50 years, let's say. So I'm fine with drastic change. Like, what couldn't be better with taking a hammer to it right now? Right? So
Yeah. And I mean,
I'm loving it.
it's the thing that's funny to me is that, you know, like the whole anti-government control, right? Like all these punk rockers that
Right.
are about anti-government and stuff, right? And then like that's what's happened. Like this guy should be the hero of the punk rock community. But then again, like the punk rock community shouldn't even be attached to politics anyway. You know what I mean? So you got like, it kind of bugs me when all these like punk rockers and stuff like bitch about Trump or whatever. And I go, wait a minute. Like,
He's
so
the
then
most
that
punk rock
doesn't mean
person
that you're
ever.
anti-establishment. That means that you're pro-government control. So you know what? Like, just stick to your eyeshadow. Okay. Put out a record that's decent and knock it off. Like, this ain't your forte here. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I mean, and if like his one of his biggest focus has been to invest in this country and us. So I'm
Which
not sure
something
what
I
that
haven't
can.
heard in my whole life, basically. Like someone saying, "Hey,
Yeah,
let's bring jobs back." So it is kind of cool to think about.
yeah, man.
Ah, Jesus. Am I getting emotional? Are we saying goodbye right now?
What?
No,
No,
no.
man. It's a whole new in a world with a new frontier, dreams and hope. R2Deepu and the ID Show. Oh!
Yeah, yeah. Let us know in the comments. Do you think America will survive? I wonder how the world sees
Yeah.
how the world sees America right now.
Well, I
Because
think okay. I think the rest of the world with the previous administration took a that would be the interesting that what I would want to hear is what it was like that 4 years. It'd be interesting to watch a documentary of world leaders talking about the last 4 years of Biden. I'd love to hear you and I need to do that docu. We just bounce to a different country and go,
Mhm.
hey, we just want to interview you. We want your comments about what you thought about the Biden administration, whatever. I think that'd be fascinating because I think now what people are seeing is okay, you know what? America's ramped up. They're ready to be the America that they should have been before. Because the thing is, like these other countries, we're such a powerhouse on so many levels that I feel like a lot of the world is like, hey man, if it ain't you, then who? Who's it going to be? With China? Really? I mean,
Yeah.
Russia, they're out of the game, so that ain't a worry, you know. I just yeah. So it's like it's got to be America. And here's the thing, like for all our crazy Democrat friends out there, you better support America because without America, you don't have a country you can freaking bitch and moan in, right? If you did this kind of bitching and moaning in like other countries, hello, you wouldn't be able to do it. All right. It's like what was it the queers for Hamas or what or queers for Palestine or something, and they're like,
Yeah.
actually, they'd kill you.
They don't care. They don't recognize that.
No, they wouldn't. We'll just take over some Bee Gees albums. It'll be fine. Everyone will put their weapons down because when you put the Bee Gees on, it's about loving.
I actually don't know the Bee Gees, so I'm nodding along politely, but I've
Well,
never listened to them, or I don't know them by name.
once you start listening, honestly, what I suggest is
Let me
get
pull
everything
them.
you need. Get everything you need in your bedroom.
Okay.
Lock the door. Put on the Bee Gees, and don't come out for a couple of hours because that's time for you.
These are the Bee Gees. Staying Alive. Is that them?
Yes, there you go. There you go.
Hold on, I gotta
And
bring
yes,
it up.
those are the real voices. Play that.
Oh yeah. Of course, that's a classic.
Yeah, you know that one.
I know the Bee Gees. I know the Bee Gees. I grew up on the Bee Gees.
Yeah.
But I'm not playing that now. I don't want to get copyright struck. But they're cool. Good people. Good people.
That was fucking great. Good people. I'm not playing it right. Good people. Good people. I surrender to them, but just not right now.
Oh man.
All
So
right, what's our next thing, homeboy? What's on you? Give me something funny off your list. Or do we
dude.
want to talk about pharmaceutical drugs and how full of shit the commercials are?
Well, I mean, full of shit
Yeah,
or
yeah. Okay, so here, let me
yeah.
tell you. Okay, it was
Hear me out. Let's do it.
God, it was like big. No, was it Biktarvy or like Jangalantra or
We can pull up a commercial here.
Beelzebubadocious? Like these. First off, the name of the drug now it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But like Biktarvy, we'll pick that one. I just remember. So a guy comes out and he's got a lab coat on, and we know that like if you're wearing a lab coat, it means you know shit. No, it doesn't. So he comes out and he says,
Welcome to
hey, here's what you should be doing with your life, and here's the drug that you should be taking. And then right down here at the bottom, it says, this is not a doctor, this is an actor. And I'm like, well, okay. I mean, he's full of shit. Like, he's not even a real fucking doctor, but he's trying to tell me how to live my life. Okay, that's fine. So then they switch over to the person that that has like the ailment. It's like a skin. Okay, it's not Biktarvy because it wasn't HIV, but
Okay.
they have like a like what's the one eczema.
Sure.
It was for eczema or some weird skin, right? And the girl's like, and of course it's like a black girl, right? Because you got to. And she's like, and she's in pain, bro, because of slavery, but also because of her arm.
The
So
eczema
it's
is racist right now.
she's
Yep.
like, and she's like, my arm hurts so much, and then I started taking Biktarvy, and then down at the bottom it says, this is an actor. Like the person didn't even have the freaking thing.
It is
And
a
then
crime.
like, you need to take this drug because this commercial's really proved to you that this is something legit. And I'm just going, like
There's
what
nothing
you
legit in the
really
whole
you're
commercial.
found a person that had eczema and been like, hey, check it out. You want to be on the commercial? We'll give you some free drugs. And you have the actual shit, and it hurts, so you can just be the actual person.
You're making some fantastic points. Much in the same way, I want my food advertising to be more realistic. I want my Big Mac in the commercial to look just like the Big Mac I'm getting in person. I want the lady with eczema in the commercial to actually be a lady with eczema. Please, please don't lie to me.
Yes, tell it more.
Yeah, don't start painting on
Tell me
scabs
you
because
don't
the
like that
girl's pretty.
burger. You know what
Now
the
I,
worst is like there's this place called Sonic. Is there Sonic out there?
I know Sonic. I think it might be it
Oh
might
my
go under
god.
a different name sometimes, but I know Sonic. Yeah, no, we have Sonic.
Oh,
Or Checkers. It might be a Sonic or a Checkers. I don't know. Why?
Checkers is actually all right. Checkers is rallies.
Ah,
Checkers
that's
and
what.
rallies are yeah. But
Okay.
no, Sonic is just Sonic. But their commercial comes on and their food looks so good, and you look at it and you go, yeah, there's no way.
Yeah.
Like
No, yeah. I mean, it's all very fast food is all very disappointing lately. I mean, the big McDonald's especially, the bun is all
it's so
air.
small now. Like
Dude, I feel like I'm getting gigantism. Like, am I getting huge that the burger the burger looks like a little thing? Like, no, the burger's getting smaller. It's
it's
fucking
like
really sad.
4 bites and you're done. Like Carl's Jr. and In and Out, I think, are the only two burger joint, like fast food burger places where I mean, Wendy's, I gotta say, like Wendy's has always been fresh meat. And like I've always felt like they've done a good job, but Burger
Agreed.
King just
Can I tell you a quick Burger King story? We were talking before about like
yeah.
falling. We were talking before about falling in love with the cashier at door number three, at window number three, right? And
The Burger King love.
we I always think to myself, I pull up in my nice car, like what would I say? Like hey, because you don't want to say it out loud because they have the headset on, and other people in the restaurant can hear.
Oh, she's working drive-through.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, you're going through the drive-through or you're going in?
I was envisioning the drive-through pickup. Like, hey, lady, hop out the
Oh,
window.
okay.
Hop out the window into my
Okay.
ride. Let's go. Um,
Okay.
I've thought about pulling up to the window. Maybe I have a nice car, and then I kind of just give a wink and a nod, like, hey, what time you get off work? Or maybe I have to whisper it. I kind of have to mouth it, like, yo, can I get your number? Let me get your number. It's a slick move. Anyway, I pull up to the Burger King once, and this lady was at window number three, and she did not, to say the least, she did not inspire my desire to get her number. She had like the hairiest arm I've ever seen, and like she would reach out. She's handing your food, and this arm comes into your car to drop the bag, and you're just like, "Oh, get away from me! Like, oh, get this arm out of here!"
Sasquatch arm or something?
Yeah, it's very Sasquatchy. I feel terrible, but these are solvable problems. Um, but I will say, I'm almost positive her arm had something to do with that Burger King failing, like soon after. I'm pretty sure like so many people were like, "Wow, never going back there," and because the food was
Right? Like
fine.
I'm never going through that drive-through again. Like if they do, they drive by and look to see, like, is that her? Oh
Yeah,
shit, there's her arm. Let's get out of here. It could be. If it
yeah,
was that hairy, it was like a Robin Williams arm.
it was that bad. It was that bad.
Dang.
But the real crime is like the person attached to that arm was like not the worst looking. So it's like,
She's probably, you know what? She's probably a really nice person.
yeah,
So,
she'd have
you
to
know.
be. So
No, she could have been a hag. Ah! I'm just like my arm. The rest of me is just as hairy. Ah! That could have
so
been her.
yeah. What? So you're thinking when you try to get a lady at McDonald's number, you prefer to go to the front door, go to the desk.
Only if it's trans.
I see. I see. So you do a little half fries, half nugget action, is what you're saying. You get one onion ring
That's
on your French
exactly
fries.
how I thought of it too, bro. You and me, man. Yes.
Little shamrock shake in the back door.
No. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, I'm terrible. A little
Whew.
McFlurry in the old Tookus.
Whoa! And a
All right, what?
McFlurry it was. I don't even know
Oh,
if they were that. See, I don't even know if they were a Mick, but if they would have been, very
yo,
nice.
there's this clip you got to see of Bernie Sanders reacting to.
Oh no! Like, what's he ranting about now? That guy, he's hilarious when he gets all upset. Biden can only get upset for like 5 seconds at a time, but Bernie, he can do it.
All right, make sure the sound is up.
Miss Anderson Cooper, Miss Genders.
Welcome
Oh
back
my
to our live
God!
CNN Town Hall. We're back with Senator Bernie Sanders. I want to introduce Grace Thomas. She's a local civil rights attorney. She's a Democrat. Grace Thomas. She's a local civil rights attorney. She's a Democrat. Grace.
They them pronouns, actually. Thank you.
Oh,
Good evening, Senator Sanders.
So they go to this lady for a question for the town hall, and they're like, "Okay, all right, lady, let's go." And then she goes, "They them pronouns," like already off the bat.
Okay,
I mean,
sure.
you've been trained to say this is okay, but like, we're already like, we just lost. You just lost this historic election, and you've not even addressed the problem. But all right, here we go.
Polling and turnout data indicate that
And then they show this look on Bernie's face. You got to see this look.
men of all racial demographics are turning away from the Democratic Party. But of course, white men in particular do not feel that the DNC.
All right. So yeah, it was just a quick reaction. It was a funny moment from earlier today.
He's trying to. That's Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
You know why I don't recognize him? Because he got a haircut. He looks like somebody on like one of those like political talk shows that are on for like a half hour at like midnight, like today on the McNulty report.
Yeah,
We're gonna
News
talk
Hour
about-
with Jim Lehrer. Yeah, that kind of thing.
Right.
I mean,
Wow,
listen.
Bernie, all right.
I mean,
Looks
listen.
like he's been on the treadmill a little bit.
He's lost some weight. He's a limber guy. He's keeping young. I don't think he has it
And as
in him
far
to be
as the-
president. But
And as far as the they them over here, I mean,
what are you thinking? Would you not? Would 3 beers?
I mean, I don't, like if the they them thing, it depends on how
That's
deep
huge.
it runs.
Yeah. Yep.
Because if like you go out and have a couple of drinks and she's like, look, you know what, just take me home and ravage me. Hey, all right, cool. We're gonna ditch the pronoun thing and just get to it. God love you, woman. Let's go. We
If
can
only
switch
you would
back
be so
after,
lucky.
fine.
If only you could be so lucky. I don't think that's going to happen at the
Yeah,
bar.
That's a nice little smile for the they.
Yeah, maybe in Austin. I don't know about New York.
I mean, her teeth kind of look like maybe she just does a shot of Jack Daniels here and there.
Her
But that's
teeth
a
look
good
like
woman.
they them.
That's a good they for you right there. That's a woman, but also a they.
It's a good trip to the dentist office, if anything.
And
Anywho,
meanwhile, I'm over here like, I need to go to the fucking dentist.
do you? No, you
I-
have good teeth,
I'm
bud.
afraid to go to the dentist, man. I'm afraid I'm going to go in there and the dentist is going to be like, homie, your mouth looks like some Bosnian refugee camp. Like, I don't even want to try to do anything in there. Like, what?
Are you talking about
Give me
cleaning?
cement? Huh?
Are you talking about teeth
No,
cleaning?
I mean, I'm afraid the dentist is going to look at my mouth and be like, you know what? I think it's time for me to retire. And he'll just leave. And I'll be like, okay.
I'm with you on that.
I'll have
That,
to go just to get some crazy. He's like, wow, I've never seen anything this crazy, but I'll give it a shot. Yes, man, yes.
you get Dr. Nick. Okay, I give it a shot. I try. Oh shit. Listen, I feel like
Yeah.
we did good for our first live stream today. We've been going for like an hour,
All right.
hour 10. So thank you so much everyone for watching. Please like and sub to the channel. This has been R2Deepu with my co-host the ID. Wishing you a wonderful day. Take care.
All right.
Alrighty, buddy, we're done.